Good evening and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am DM Bluddworth, and as you can see by the graphics, today's video, a really exciting video for me today because I have finally gotten my hands on Dangerous Journeys, the Mythus Bestiary by Gygax. So this was one of the first RPGs that Gary Gygax worked on after he was ousted from TSR, and although it's not the first, it's the first of his fantasy, or in this case, this is actually a multi-genre role-playing system. So I've spoken about Dangerous Journeys previously. I haven't done a full breakdown of every single book of it that I have, because to be honest with you, I was really trying to get a hold of this one and to see, because without a bestiary, it's kind of hard to see how the game mechanics are going to work unless you know how the combat system is actually going to be utilized and against what. So it was a little bit difficult to try to piece together the system. But now that I have it, and I'm going to, certainly show it off here in a moment, so I'm really, really excited. So about 6-7 months ago, I came across an email, kind of got buried in all of my emails, and I saw that this was up. All right. So I was like, all right, awesome. I've been looking to, get a hold of it off of eBay, and I go in there and it was already sold. And it was already sold for somewhere in like the $50 range. So I was like, crap, I just totally missed that opportunity. So hard to find this one. And I was kind of dejected. I was like, all right, I missed out. About a week ago, not more than 10 days ago, I get another email. Now I check, I jump right on it. I was like, all right, let me see what this is. All right, because I usually get, either this comes up a lot. There's quite a lot of these out there. So this is the core rule book. I also see this a lot of times. So this is the companion, and this is the magic book. So I often see these, and these are fairly easy to get. This one, not so much. So let me talk a little bit about this, and I'm going to go in. Oh, so I am really excited. So I see it. It's up. It's an auction. Starting price $50, but it has a buy now for $70. Bang! Not even a hesitation. I mean, I certainly looked real quick to make sure it wasn't shipping from Europe, where it would cost, $30 to ship it here. But nope, it was USA. It was about $6 shipping and handling, media mail, and then combined, I paid $80 for it. So I was kind of nervous waiting for it to get here, and I wasn't quite sure what the condition would be. I was like, wow, I just dumped $80 on this book. I hope it's really, really good. And lo and behold, it met and even exceeded my expectations. So let's start taking a look at this. Now, unfortunately, my drop-down camera, which you kind of see right here, for some reason, like sometimes the camera will autofocus, and with certain fonts or a certain texture of text, so I guess it has a lot to do with the texture of the page itself. It just can't lock on a focus. So I would normally do the drop down and show you, but as you can see here, when I go to here, it doesn't quite catch the focus, and that's because it's not a glossy page, which usually not great for the glare anyway, but for some reason it just can't focus in on this. If I click this, it'll start going, it focuses in, and it's supposed to lock, but it doesn't. It goes right back to where it started from. there's no way for the camera to be stopped in that particular focus cycle. So unfortunately, I won't be able to show you and go through the pages one by one, and show you some of the key things. But I will hold it up, and hopefully you'll get a good view of it. So here it is. Here's the book. And as you can see, I mean, the cover is really, really bright. Now, another weird thing is that this has no date on it whatsoever. So there is no copyright date on it. There's no, there's nothing on it that there's trademarks on it. There's, there's who it belongs to and all such, but no date on this. I'm assuming this is after this book. So this was 92, and this was the second printing. So we're talking early 90s. I saw inside this, there was actually a sales slip where someone bought this or sold this 40K figures and Dangerous Journeys, I guess combined. They sold it combined for $66.85 in 220.96. So so they probably threw this in along with the 40K purchases. But anyway, so here we have the book here. The edges and everything on this are pristine. Really, really cool. I mean, the cover, there's a ding here or there, but nothing major at all, for a book that is now 30 years old. So, really, really surprising the just the quality of the book, the condition, I should say, of the book. So Gary Gygax's Dangerous Journeys, it's a multi-genre role-playing game system. The Mythus Bestiary, Aerith and Amelia, and this is by Gary Gygax, Dave Newton, and Michelle Newton. All right, and we go in and take a look at some of this. Let's get some stat blocks here so that you can see the way that this is laid out. Other than, so there's a whole list of powers and such, almost as if you're. It might be character creation. Again, this is the first look. This might be character creation just in the beginning of this. Illustration, identifier, habitat, size, or this is to create your own creatures. This might actually be to create your own creatures. Powers, accelerate, natural process, fermentation. Let's see. Yeah, this could be a random generator for creating creatures, which is even cooler than just slapping character creation in there as well. Let's get to some. All right, so this is a small illustration. Let's see what it is called. An Amazonian Devil. So this is an Amazonian Devil. It looks kind of like a badger Wolverine type thing. The aggressive predator is similar to a very large Wolverine. All right, so like I said, my first time looking at it. The armor schemes, area, ultra, super, vital, non, and average, piercing, cutting, blunt, fire, chem. This seems to be what its resistances are versus these types of piercing damage, cutting damage, blunt, fire, chem. So those are 0, stun. Then there's electric. So the area where it says ultra, super, vital, non, and average seems to be perhaps the quality of the weapon being used against them. I'm just not that familiar with the monster stack blocks because this is the first time I'm looking at the book. So let's see, a baboon, illustration 164. So let's see, let's find a really good illustration so you can see the quality of the art that's in here. I'm looking for a large illustration. Here's some spiders. They're pretty generic. Not bad, but not super detailed. So this is a wiggle head. Now that's a little bit more detailed. That's kind of a unique looking creature there. Now remember, this is multi-genre, so you're not just going to see you're not just going to see. So these are ferret folk. So these are ferrets. You can see they're carrying spears there, and these are ferret folk. So let's see what we have here. Identifier: they're animal, mammalia, carnivores, mustelid, habitats, subterranean earth, they're sapiens. Size, 1 times human size, or about 5 foot to 6 foot tall. So they're fairly large. Number appearing, 3 to 9, or 50 to 150 in communities. Let's see. Outstanding KS area or sub areas. So their areas are their skill areas and such. So criminal activities, mental, they can ambush, hide, sneak. Combat, they use hand weapons. They have escape, hunting, and tracking. Subterranean orientation. Dwarmercraft. For grays, I guess there's different subtypes. The Jose factor is 1d3. Dodging, avoidance, subtraction, susceptibility is nil. Invulnerability is nil. Average armor protection is 2. Quirks nil. So we go into various powers and descriptions and such. They often equip themselves with light leather armor, small shields, and favoring javelins propelled by a throwing stick, an atlati, and short swords as weapons. The warriors employ spears that are 7 feet or so in length. Pretty cool stuff. So yeah, I'm really excited to go in here. Do have a little color plate here. So yeah, kind of strange that they, every once in a while they'll just throw in a whole section of color. And here you have, just these panels, the black and white art over these green panels. And they're just showing a variety of creatures in this. Most look very prehistoric looking, as you can see. And then there are others that are either fantastic or, continue to be prehistoric looking. So this is a trog. All right, so that humanoid there is a trog. The lizard creature here is a 6. That's a Missard. So kind of a humanoid lizard man looking thing. Every page seems to have at least one humanoid figure. Here we have a bat wielding a spear, which is pretty cool, right up over here. Let's see, what is that? That's a number 4. That's a devil man. So really, really cool stuff. Really excited. Now I have the, basically, it says that there was supposed to be future editions of the bestiary, but I believe this all came to a halt in either the Gail Gygax lawsuit preventing basically anything with Gary's name to stop, going out, or I don't think the TSR lawsuits, the ones launched by Lorraine Williams to prevent Gary from producing anything either, I think those had more of an effect on his, Fantastic Journeys, or let me see. So this is Legendary Adventures by Gary Gygax, and let's see when these came out. So these came out in '99. So these were, I believe, '92. So I have a feeling that these with Game Designers Workshop are the ones that TSR really brought to a stop, and then Legendary might have been the ones that were brought to a stop by Gail Gygax. So neither of Gary's game systems, or well, not either these two or Cyborg Commando, which I have as well, none of these really were able to get off the ground because there were so many entities at the time, TSR being the main one, that was just standing in his way to produce anything that might have been a challenge to TSR at the time. So once they kicked him out of TSR, they really tried to prevent him from, honestly having any kind of a career, and even with a big company like Game Designers Workshop at the time, they still weren't, I guess, capable or willing to lock horns with TSR, even a TSR that was kind of waning in those early 2000s as well. So, but anyway. Listen, really happy I got this, really excited. Now, as I go back through the rules and start, trying to pick up character creation and such, now I'll have some means to see how a created character actually works against some of the things that I have here in the bestiary. So, once again, thanks for joining. I don't expect anything new in the mail for a little while. I know there's a couple Kickstarters that I'm waiting to get, in the next week or so. I'm waiting for Hyperborea, 3rd edition, I believe that is. So I'm waiting to get that. And I believe Mothership is coming. That was another Kickstarter I backed. So the Mothership box set of that. And there is Luke Gygax's project that he put out, his module. I got a PDF of it. I believe that's an advanced copy of the PDF. I'm not quite sure. Waiting for the hard copy of that to, to come in the mail as well. And not this upcoming Saturday, but the following Saturday, I will be at ShireCon in Connecticut. Not 45 minutes away from my home, so it's a nice local convention that I will probably, this is my first time going. I can almost guarantee it won't be my last, because now that I know that there is one so local to me, I'm certainly going to start heading to that one on a fairly regular basis. So I'm looking forward to that. Just playing in 2 game sessions there. It's only 1 day this year. I was watching their video of them interviewed on Eric Tankar's channel, Tankar's Tavern, and they're talking about expanding possibly to a day and a half or possibly even 2 days the next time. So really looking forward to going to ShireCon 2022 for the first time and get some gaming done in person, which is something I haven't done in well over 2 years. So really excited about doing that. So you all have a great rest of your week. It's almost Friday, so it's almost a weekend. Have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you on a gaming screen sometime soon. And thanks for stopping in. Oh, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or any pointers you can give me about Dangerous Journeys, I'm pretty sure that there was a Facebook group. I'll double check and look into them and let them know. I'll post this there and see if anyone's actually running anything, so I can get an idea of how the game really does work. While I try to work my way through, these 4 huge books to pick up on the system as well. So anyway, thanks for joining. Have a great day.